everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is a Tuesday, so we're going to be shooting some truth at you. Donald Trump launched launched plans for the Golden Dome. What else is going on? The SEC wants to bring in regulation. Sorry, my eyes roll in my head. Wants to bring regulation for cryptocurrencies and securities under one lovely roof. So I don't know. We'll see what Sean thinks about that. So my buddy Satoshi Sean's with us right after this. Make sure to like and share this video. We'll be right back right after this. All the govern me harder, all the regulations. I've just had it up to here. I'm so tired of these leaders and regulators and rules, and they're going to protect us all.
Because we're stupid.
We are stupid because we
are
keep,
stupid, I know.
Voting for them and electing them and listening to them. And
I posted, so the governor passed this bill to make it like illegal for Texas to ever tax capital gains. I just posted, like, I just reposted on Facebook, and I was like, yes, just cool. It's cool. It's good. This more liberal leaning friend of mine, he went off on me, and I was like, dude, why are you being so aggressive and going off on me? It's like, if you want to pay extra taxes, you can just send them a check as a donation. But
you can. I think
you could donate it to more useful.
It's voluntary anyway, so volunteer away. Yeah.
But I could just to give you an idea of how bad he went off. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. I didn't know you posted this. I thought it was from the governor's account. I thought I was talking to him." So he was. I mean, he just was like, "Go, no, you did this, and you and your friends passed these laws, and you." I was like, first off, they represent all of us. We all voted for them, so they is your friends too. It's like you and your friends passed these laws. I'm like, dude, you voted for them. It's like, even if you didn't, they're your, they're here. They're
easily triggered. Yeah.
If you don't like it, and I said, and you got to call out good stuff along with bad stuff. I said, and also all of them suck. They're all crooks. That's one thing. My friend of mine is that, like you were talking about, the govern me harder. He's just, Trump is bad, and these people are good. I'm like, no. I was like, at best, we're all bad.
Yeah. To that point, Sean Ryan, who's a great guy, is being interviewed or was interviewed on Tucker, I guess last night or recently, and they just released that interview. And he's former military, or he is military, and they always say once a Marine, always a Marine, or whatever, and special forces and all that. And he just calls out the bullshit where he's like, look, you guys, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino just lied to your face. Just lied to your face. They just said in an interview that Epstein suicided himself. And everybody just went, all the people, all MAGA, not all, I should never say all. We should never use, fully qualifying, terms or whatever it is. But like, why are more right-leaning people not calling out Dan Bongino and Kash Patel and saying, I call bullshit? Like, what are you guys doing standing and treating us all like we're stupid? Epstein didn't kill himself. Epstein didn't Epstein himself. Don't treat me like I'm stupid. That one medical.
I didn't even catch it. I didn't even catch it.
Bone was broken in his neck. There's no way that's done without so many pounds of pressure. There's no way that's done in a hanging death. all this kind of stuff. Like, it's. And I mean, it's offensive. And then that is just the continuation of the FBI, the CIA being, used as a tool against the American people. Like they're not
but,
there to
but maybe if you're in that position, like you have to say like we can what we can prove, and then there's what we think and what we know. That you can even say that which we know and then we can prove. Maybe when you're in that position, it's different than when you're just a correspondent or you're a talking head, and you have to say, you know,
oh,
some,
it's for our own protection kind of
no,
thing.
it's for their protection because it's like, hey, this is my job. I have to say this. It's not what I think, but I work
But
for the
this is
government, and this
because
is
this
what the
is my
government has said.
position.
Yeah,
This
until
is
I
the
can prove it,
FBI's
until I can
position.
prove differently. And you could say this is what we we have. This is what the facts are, and we're looking into it because these things do. These are questions that have been brought up. Yeah, I guess it's the whole. We used to be the other way around.
Mm.
Innocent until proven guilty. People cared more about not defaming someone or do it. Now it's the complete opposite of that. But maybe they still have to adhere to that kind of stuff. But I didn't even catch it.
Offensive.
I didn't even catch it. That they were like, oh, because it's just like what they say, and now they're them. You know what I mean? Like a
Well,
couple years ago, they were the opposition, but they were not part of the government. Now they're part of the machine. They're running those parts of those heads of the machine.
but it's supposed to be the good guys in position. And to me, it's just more of that, no one coming to save you.
But
It's more
it's still the
affirmation
position.
of,
It's still the position, and maybe that's the position talking and not the person.
that's a great, yeah.
Which it goes to the thing, you've got to change the system. Because if they thought that a year ago and now they're saying something different, it just shows how the system doesn't work. And you put someone in there that thinks a certain way, and they have to not. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm putting you in here because you said this, and now you're saying the exact opposite because that's what the position demands. That
Now
the
you're
position
part of
is,
the system.
yeah, you're supposed to fix it. It's all messed up. It's just another example of how it's messed up.
Oh, it's just sickening. It's really sickening. And that's, I guess that is like, you have to, I mean, the JFK quote, like, burn it all down, splinter it into a million pieces. It's not about, I guess it's not about getting a different butt in the seat. It has to be broken apart. And
Someone's been saying that for a while. I don't know. He's
entered.
He might be on this stream with you. It's like, yeah, and that's the thing that pisses off my left friends because they're all so angry now. Which we were angry, 4 years ago, but it's
And
like,
then you start agreeing with them.
do you believe this? Look at this. And I was like, yeah, it sucks, man. That's it's got to happen. It's got to all fall apart. They're like, but it's got to die. It's got to break.
I've seen some lefties posting, no more benefiting from insider trading and whatever. And I'm like, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, get rid of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like,
it's weird because it's so frustrating because you're like, yeah, that's wrong. But it was wrong when this person did it and that person did it. They're like, oh no, that was different. I was like, yeah, no, don't tell me that, dude. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And that's what you brought up Tucker. That's one of the reasons why I got fired. Because he was like, hey, this is Republican that's doing this is wrong. And they were like, no, you can't do that. This is this one side that we show. He's like, oh no, because he's much more libertarian, and he called out a lot of stuff. So that's one reason why, like Sean Hannity, it's that's not him, and Tucker Carlson were the two biggest names on Fox, and it was night and day. One of them is completely just Trump's buddy, whatever, he will toe the line, whatever he says. And the other one, Carlson was like, no, this is wrong. If this is wrong, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. A lot more principles than rhetoric.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not there.
I think it's interesting to see. There was one more thing that was something similar to that. Oh, something else the left is posting right now in Normie land. I call them Facebook is my Normie land. They're all up in arms and saying, if you're celebrating someone having cancer, then you need to remove Christian from your bio. And I said, absolutely, that's disgusting and reprehensible. And I would ask that you add to that calling for celebrating the assassination or 86ing someone.
Yeah.
I hope you would agree with
I wanted to ask you about that. What did you heard about that? Because when it first came out, I was
the
like,
86ing part.
no, I was like, it's really weird that he was supposedly checked by a doctor constantly. And I found out now that that kind of cancer is like, takes a while to come on. It's very quickly diagnosed.
I haven't really followed up on it because
But-
that's kind of just
Now
I think
he
it's
is
all kind
saying
of bullshit.
that he knew he had it for 6 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I think it's all kind of bullshit. So I'm not really
the
following
whole
that.
argument, because people are arguing about it. It's like, hey, it's like, why was he running? Why did he run in the first place? Why is he running a second time if he knew that he had it? And people are like, oh, it's aggressive. It came out of the blue this week. But he said he knew about it for years. So why would you keep it from the American people, but go for the second term? It doesn't make any sense at all. It's
Well, and wouldn't that doctor have a obligation? I mean, then you say, oh, no doctor, client, or patient privilege. Now they're saying they're calling for elder abuse charges against Dr. Jill. For me, I'm like, oh, wait, are you still wanting us to call her doctor? Are we still supposed to, like, remember how they were just hell bent wanting all of us to call her doctor and recognize her as a doctor? But now they're going to say, oh, but she's not that kind of doctor. But
why
you
would
were
you
just
even release it if there's so
hell bent
much?
on us calling her doctor.
There's so much that could go wrong here. Like, you're bringing up all those things. Why wouldn't you just quietly not talk about it and then he passes? And then you're like, he had cancer for some time. He didn't want to make it public.
Because it's all a movie. It's all part of the movie.
I think there is something if you dig deeper that is like because he was in trouble for the secret thing, having the documents. He literally got out of it. The police said, "Oh, he's just
because of his dementia.
Yeah, he's just too stupid." So maybe something's about to come out, and he's trying to do that playbook again.
Oh, maybe.
Like
I did see an article recently about some Chinese documents in a building.
I saw that there's connections with Diddy, pictures,
maybe
and stuff that's come out in court for.
That's why he eats the ice cream all the time. Do you know
and him
that? So the comms, if you go to the FBI or website or whatever, and go to like where they talk about all the symbols and all that stuff, ice cream means like male prostitute in the FBI world. And so supposedly that's why he's always eating the ice cream. That's to like put it in everyone's face that that's what he was into, allegedly.
He's a male prostitute, probably.
No, that's what he's into. Like, did you see the Steve Harvey thing? They're pushing one of the shorts that's going around is where he's like literally on stage on what show did he do?
Family Feud.
And he's talking about eating pizza with so much baby oil that it's all over his face, and baby oil goes with anything.
No.
And so, yeah, there's a video of that going around now.
That's weird.
Yeah. There's a lot of things coming out lately.
I think we're at this time now where I think a lot of things that people have been screaming about for years, I think we're going to have the Area 51 effect that I really should patent that term.
Yeah, you talk about that all the time.
I think we're at the point now where the 9/11 is about to come out, and people will be like, "Yeah."
I saw a comment today for a black swan.
I mean, when you talk about, hey, we're in debt and when the country's going to fall apart and everything's screwed up and you can't afford medical stuff for your family and blah blah blah, and the government spent $21 trillion building underground cities for people, and then it's like all of a sudden 9/11 is not as big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, this is the new conspiracy. This is the new crazy. Like, Area 51 is not as huge of a deal. Yeah, your government lied to you for decades. Yeah, they ruined people's lives. Yeah, they even killed some people. But this is the new thing. You know, forget about that.
And they've been poisoning you, and now they need a new way to track you to keep you safe and then put you onto the CBDC, because they also just passed yesterday the Stablecoin Act called, what's it called? Something really Orwellian, like Destiny or something
No,
crazy.
it sounds lovely.
It's crazy sounding.
The Genius Act.
The Genius Act.
Yes, it does. It sounds nice. I did read the act, and there is some odd wording in it that I can talk about. But I wanted to just, I was just going to say something. What were you talking about before that?
I don't know. It's going nuts. Oh, the Genius Act. I don't know. Made it go around my head. You guys have to tell us in the chat. I don't know.
We're talking underground cities, which was crazy.
This Black Swan event, and coming soon to a Black Swan near you.
I forget now, but
the stablecoin thing.
Stablecoin is interesting. Where did I?
Also, big news yesterday. India severed ties with BRICS and made a commitment to stay with the U.S. dollar. That's huge.
That is very huge.
So
Pakistan, you're fucked. Okay, so here, key provisions of the Genius Act. This I thought was interesting.
Okay.
It's by 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. Innovation. Where is it? I'm trying to find the wording so that I can. Here we go. So the key provisions defines a payment stablecoin as a digital asset used for payments or settlement pegged to a fixed monetary value with the U.S. dollar, not classified as a security, commodity, or interest-bearing instrument. That's the thing, or interest-bearing instrument. It excludes stablecoins backed by other digital assets or those yielding interest. Now, if this is the digital dollar, what is the one thing that dollars have always been able to do? The basic for banking.
They're debt, right?
No, you're able to earn interest. That's the whole basis for banking. 10 people give me $100, and I can loan $1,000 for 9%, and those people will make 6%. So they can earn interest with their dollars. This says that you absolutely cannot earn interest with the digital dollar. So if you're paid in digital dollars and you try to save that, you literally by law can't make money on it. You can't earn interest because of what this act says. Is what I'm reading it.
Okay.
Basically says you cannot earn interest on it in any shape or form. So if that's the new currency that really goes along with you will own nothing and be happy, you won't even be able to save money and earn any kind of interest at all.
Which is perfect for the banks.
You won't be able to invest it. You won't be able. It's literally just something that you can use for a settlement. like a company store kind of thing.
It's a company store. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, here, I'll send you the.
Yeah. Send me the link and I will.
You can pull it up and show it.
Thank you.
Are
you putting it in private chat or in message?
There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
It's the first, like, real line was called Key Provisions.
It didn't do anything for me.
Well, you go to Grok. Just type in what is.
And then type that in.
What is the Genius Act?
That's weird. It doesn't work for me. Oh, okay. And then enter. Yeah, because it doesn't work for me.
What is the Genius Act?
Okay.
And then it should, if you want to bring it up on screen.
Okay. Okay.
The purpose.
Within the National Science Foundation.
Let me see what I got.
Well, this is talking about something else.
What is you have key provisions of the Genius Act? Let me show you what I got.
This is not talking about the right thing.
Purpose. What is the Genius Act? I'm going to show you mine.
That's so crazy.
Very weird that we have different.
Okay, yeah. Screen share your.
There you go.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me remove mine, and now we'll share yours.
So I got what is the Genius Act? The Genius Act, guiding and establishing the National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins Act. Oh, guiding and establishing the National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins. It's genius. It's an acronym. It's a bipartisan blah, blah, blah. New York, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Wyoming. Interesting. Wyoming, that's like the crypto hotbed. It aims to create a federal regulatory framework for payment stablecoins, which are digital assets. It's odd they call them assets. Pegged to a stable value typical to the U.S. dollar and used for payments or settlements. The bill seeks to promote financial innovation, protect consumers, and maintain the U.S. dollar's global dominance while addressing concerns like money laundering, financial stability. Okay, so key provisions. Definition of payment stablecoin. Definition defines a payment stablecoin as a digital asset used for payment or settlement pegged to a fixed monetary value, e.g. 1-to-1 with the U.S. dollar, not classified as a security, commodity, or interest-bearing instrument. It excludes stable coins backed by other digital assets or those yielding interest. So nothing that can yield interest. Permitted issuers. Only permitted payment stablecoin issuers can legally issue stablecoins in the U.S. These include subsidiaries of the FDIC, banks, credit unions, approved by the federal regulators like the Federal Reserve. So that means would that allow other banks or credit unions to also print money?
I mean, I would think so. I mean, I just see
subsidiaries of insured depository institutions. So to me, it makes it worse because it's not just the Federal Reserve. It's banks or credit unions. And credit unions are like even more privatized than banks. Anyway, federal qualified non-bank issuers approved by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. State regulated issuers with a market capitalization of $10 billion or less, provided the state's regulatory framework is substantially similar to the federal one. Wow. Okay.
Oh, okay. Money laundering. We're all saved.
Okay. So what it looks like is if I'm a bank, right, I own Heart of Texas credit union, right? And I have $10 million in the bank, my bank. I can issue money. I can print digital money for, say, $5 million worth. I can just print that money up and people can use that, but they don't earn interest on it. Because anyone, if they have to have
Because
less,
they're earning interest on their money that's in the bank.
right? Because technically they should be earning money with interest that's in the bank.
Okay.
So state regulated issuers with a market cap of 10 billion or less. So if I have a little bank with $200 million in it, I can issue money. I can print this digital money. Provided the state's regulatory framework is substantially similar to the federal one. If the comptroller allowed, that's weird. That means so many people can start printing this digital money. I mean, there's a lot more to read into it, but this is that's who's permitted to issue it. That's very weird. And it's opening up for more people to issue it, but then they can't earn interest on it. So it's like it is money, but I guess it's basically, like we said, it's the company store, but the store is the world.
Great.
So does that mean that like a cafe in France would have to accept the Heart of Texas credit union dollar?
I wouldn't think so, because it sounds like cashier checks. Because right now, like
traveler's checks.
Or traveler's checks. Yeah. Right now, like
Look it up, kids.
Chase will not accept, I don't know, Bank of America cashier checks. Like you have to deposit it into your account and it has to stay there.
You do Etsy and like, eBay and stuff. A lot of sellers won't accept money orders unless they're U.S. Postal Service money orders.
Oh, I don't even know anything about using
because they won't accept like American Express, or because they're not like I guess they're not as guaranteed. But a lot of especially international, like Canadian, that kind of thing. If you're buying stuff on eBay, it has to be a postal money order.
I forgot about postal money orders.
Yeah, that's what. If you're buying guns, a lot of if you're paying with a money order, they want postal money orders only.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It is interesting that I think they're really trying to change money. That's a lot. That's a lot. But it is. It's like cashier's checks, traveler's checks. There's these entities used to be able to do this, and it was basically fiat money, in its purest form. It's like, hey, we're AAA. You can trust us. Here's a traveler's check, and and I remember whenever we would go on a trip, my mom would go down and take all the cash, get traveler's checks, and then we just cash them, a little bit at a time in case you got, mugged or your money stolen. You had fiat money, but it wasn't backed by violence. It was backed by the reputation of AAA,
Wow.
I wonder, that's probably one of the reasons why all that stuff went away. If you start looking at it,
I forgot about traveler checks.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is very interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's jump over to your channel and either keep talking about this, because I think this is really interesting to see where this is going to go. I do think we the people will reject this. And I know in Cliff High's data, I believe it was 3 different forms of new money would come in and the people would reject it before we kind of find our way. And maybe that's the way to freedom, but hopefully we find our way, and hopefully it includes privacy. So you guys, thank you for all joining in the chat. I believe our last person to jump in was Gerald Draper. Thanks for joining. I hope you guys all watch the whole thing, and learn and join us in the live chat because we've got some great folks in there. But be sure to jump over and join us on Satoshi Sean's channel for part 2.
And hit the like button.
And hit the like button on the way out. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
In a minute,